I want to get into like the worst sport ever, baseball, and what's going on with the Houston Astros. We've discussed it around, and it wasn't this huge of a thing, but
honestly, I think this is good for baseball because now people remember that it exists. You know, nobody maybe this just is in my group of friends. The people where I live, maybe it's not the same in other places, but there is never a time where, we come to school and we're like,
Did you watch that baseball
MLB game last night?
I don't think I've ever, in my 4 years of high school, I don't think I've ever had a single conversation around a baseball game.
And you're right. It's I think
not even the World Series. We talk about for maybe a second, if even.
I think it's such a shame for the sport because I think now whenever you think of baseball, you think of the Astros cheating, and I think it gives a very bad look on baseball. I think that the commissioner, by basically letting all of the players off the hook and saying okay, all you guys are free if you just tell me that you did it. There needs to be a punishment or something. All of the general managers, all the trainers, all the people that were involved, the coaching staff got fired. They were all allowed for their jobs, even when they went to another team. But I think it takes balls for Mike Fiers to step up and say when I was on the team in 2017 they cheated.
Yeah.
And
if you look
he's getting death threats and stuff. He's getting death threats and stuff, and it's horrible. But I mean, he did the right thing, and it's a shame for that the Astros cheated like that. The banging on the trash can stuff. Signals have been in baseball for years, but not to the extent of placing cameras to see the other team's signals. Players like John Carlos Stanton had come out and said, if I knew the signal, if I knew what they were throwing to me, I'd hit 80 home runs.
Well, and if you look at the precedent set by baseball, in the 40s with players betting on games, those players were disgraced. They were stripped of their titles. They were not allowed to play baseball anymore. And in the record books, they're not thought of as great players anymore. I don't care about baseball, so I can't now name any of those players. I don't remember. I don't even remember what team it was, but I know what happened. Yeah. They were disgraced. They had all of this. They were not let off the hook the Astros players are now, and I think that's weird. Cheating does not belong in sports. It takes away the essence of the game, even when it is high stakes, a lot of money involved. It's just not right.
The owner's getting so much backlash from all the players in the league too, because Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, whenever something he is the first guy. He is the best commissioner in all of sports, better than Goodell, because he comes out and he has a real relationship with the players, man. And naming the MVP award, the All-Star Game MVP after Kobe Bryant, he's the first guy, along with David Stern, the late David Stern when he was still alive. They worked together in his last few years as commissioner to really change the NBA. And Adam Silver has made such a connection with the league. And the commissioner of the NFL, who's the commissioner of the MLB, whose name I'm forgetting, just isn't. He nowhere close to that because he's basically saying I don't really care that you guys. I get you guys cheated, but I don't care enough to
just admit it.
Punish you for it. Myles Garrett got suspended indefinitely, but he didn't. It's not like Spygate where you saw the other teams playbook, and even that wasn't as worse as this. I don't think.
I mean, they are getting off easy, I think. I mean, athletes from other sports, I know LeBron tweeted, I think J.J. Watt tweeted also how disgraceful this was, that the commissioner isn't doing anything.
They're saying, listen to your players.
Yeah, because I know the players want them. Yeah. They want them to get stripped of their championship.
They're being successful, and you find out that they cheated, especially as a player.
They cheated for a championship, too.
And if you're a player, especially a player that's getting beat by this team, a championship that you didn't win because a team that cheated won is are you kidding me? And they're allowed to keep the championship.
Yeah, I think they should get stripped of it. I think they should.
Oh, me too. I think all the rings should get taken away too. One thing I thought that was super interesting was that the MLB basically went and offered the Dodgers the title.
I think it should.
And they literally said no, we still lost.
No, I don't think it should just be taken. I don't think it should be given to anybody. I just think it should.
2017 shouldn't have
no.
Should be blank, or there should be an asterisk in the record book or something. That's what. But I think seeing this happen, if you're a player on an opposite team and you're playing the Astros, don't even acknowledge them. Like
No,
turn your back and don't even like acknowledge that. Like I don't even care if you're playing this team. We'll still compete with you. But like I don't even care enough to shake your hand after the game, man.
Or if they did a strike that they just refused to play, they would go and just
play
stand still, and instead of pitching, they'd roll the ball. And, we're just not even gonna play you.